finance. So Uni, I'll hand over to you to make a quick introduction and to share your topic.
All right, thank you. Hi, this is Eunielle from Impact Collective, and I'm a partner of Impact Collective and the Ventures. So I'm going to share some of the stories behind our financing model and how it works briefly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So my topic today is about the financial frameworks of Impact Collective. So before jumping into the details of our model, I'm going to share some, brief backgrounds of why we actually created this investment model. So, well, the ventures and we are actually actively investing in a lot of early stage startups even before this Impact Collective program. So far we have over 80 different portfolios, and mostly they're Asian startups that we focused on. So Korea mainly, and we also have Vietnam and Singapore and Malaysia startup teams as our portfolio as well, alongside with European and US portfolios as well. So, well, here we have a very, our domain knowledge of Asian startups, especially for very early stage, because, among our portfolio, 90% of them are actually the year one, very early stage startups, and we successfully managed that, and then we have over 10 different teams actually exited to a very a mass level from our early stage investment as well. So we wanted to utilize this know-how to support impact makers. And also we saw a lot of chances and opportunities in impact investment area as well. So collectively, the AUM of investments in impact sector is over $500 billion in the world, and a lot of major players are coming in. And also even in Korea, we can name over 10 to 20 different impact investors, investment VCs. So we wanted to also create a dedicated program and investment as well. Also, we saw a lot of chances in Asia market, but then we thought the Asia market is a bit still very isolated. So we wanted to bridging the gap, excelling the Asia startups to the global level, because especially for this impact sector, that organizations want to deploy the investment or want to develop their product or service in Asian market, but then the HQ headquarters are located in mostly US or European countries. So we thought, using our domain knowledge of Asian market, that we can support the local startups to go broad. And also why we focus on early stage, because we see a huge chunk of capital putting in their money to the growth level of startups or growth level of enterprises. But then there's lack of capital sources for the pre-A and Series A level, which will be the founding stones of the growth the growth level of investment portfolios later on. So we wanted to bridging the gap. So that was the logic behind the investment of our model. And now I'm gonna talk about Impact Collective Fund. Impact Collective Fund is a different vehicle from Impact Collective, the program, and it's we built this dedicated fund for Impact Collective program, both in Korea and Singapore. So the vehicles will be decided whether I mean, according to your jurisdictions and terms of the preferences as well. So collectively, we created this $5 million US size of the venture capital, and it's equity type and focusing on pre-A to Series A impact creating startups in Asia or for Asia market. So what is different from other impact investors is that we strongly believe that community power. So we made this community-driven investment mechanism. So we call it collective intelligence. So our community, the Impact Collective community, collectively, gather all the intelligence to decide where to deploy our investment and how to help them grow and how to manage the performances and the impacts after all. So experts and judges, community judges and community members, and also the peer entrepreneurs of this 86 impact makers will also participate collectively for the ongoing due diligence during the whole course of Impact Collective 2020. So experts will give you the direct mentoring and also direct assistance, and also they will give us the feedbacks and reports. And the judges will give you the votes, and also the community judges have the voting power as well. So you can see transparently on our community, the platform, if you go to the vote channel, you will see the results on time. And those votes are coming from both the judges and community judges. And the normal community members can contribute to this intelligence as well, because they can leave the comments or they can, interact with the team, and they can give us the direct feedback of the product market fit kind of things as well. And the peer entrepreneurs, interacting in home group sessions and other like group sessions that we prepared, they will also give us a lot of diverse feedbacks out of the out of this sector or out of the market, but then like they'll give an honest feedback as an entrepreneur as well. So those will all counted for the investment call. So once you prove yourself to the community, then you will be the candidate of our investment call. And as this is impact investment, we also seek for the financial returns as well. So because we think the financial sustainability will also give more chances and more opportunities for your startup to grow further. And without it, it's really hard to creating impact. So you must have working product or service working in market, and you have your revenues coming from your direct users or clients, and also the growth pattern is really important too. So we want to check the retentions and how to grow the current business model and things like that, and the business model should be aligned with positive impact as well, so that the business growth equals to the impact growth. Yeah. So these are our basic framework and methodology of impact investment from the impact collective perspective. So if you have any further questions regarding to investment or financial model, then please contact us. I'm living on Impact Collective community anytime. So you can just ping me at Eunielle Yi. And I'm gonna, send my mic over to Steph.
Thanks, you. Thanks so much for the sharing, and I can see already some questions popping up here. I wanted to, before we transition to the next speaker, I did want to maybe hand over briefly to Song-Yi for any additional framing, or if you wanted to answer any of these questions now.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for, oh sorry, my face is not shown there. Thank you so much for Charlotte and Eunielle for framing the impact and how we see our investment. But overall, these two impact and the finance model comes together in the Impact Collective. And you guys can, we'll share the link later, and we've shared earlier in our newsletter about how we are really making this collective intelligence into the impact investment. And a lot of the angles that we are breaching it totally does make sense for everyone, but no one ever tried in hard enough. And then we are bringing this impact and the finance and a collective approach all together. And that's probably the 3 keywords that you guys wanna keep in mind. And then there is so much room for it to create. And also the program itself is we providing a lot of different stuff, but it's your choice whether you join it or not. We will happy to have you guys active interaction and activation and participation. But you know, we also understand that everybody is actually in a different stage and different time, and not enough time for participating all of this, and maybe has a lots of time to contribute more. So don't be afraid of be you know, honest and then sharing where you are with us. And I know like in the camp that we talked a lot about like different excitement and a lot of stuff, but if you have a look at all the detailed program, it's not, a lot of them are optional as well. So we really want you to choose your own adventure and then make the best out of this community and then this program as your wish and as your convenience. So if you have any concern about time commitment or anything like that, please ping me and ping us. So we will help you through the program together and help you what's the best way to actually utilize this. And with this kind of question, answering that, we will have a more session explaining how to utilizing IC, a tips and tricks session tomorrow led by Marta, and then also we have a platforms and so on, so you guys can learn more about it tomorrow as well. So that's another like operation frame that I wanted to give it to you, and we want your success, and we want want you to be the middle of the program, not us just giving you guys a framing you where you are. So feel free to give us any feedback if there is any, and happy to walk this 10 weeks journey